Nothing spiritual, just Agatha.
Hi.
That's fine to do.
I've learned how to wave like you.
Now the guy's name, let me invite him.
Yes.
What's his name?
Soloistic.
Solo.
Yeah.
So I've added him. Now, guys, we're going to talk about living and schooling abroad.
Chairman.
What are the ups
Good evening.
and downs? Sorry, guys, I was sleeping off. Let me tell you the story today, so you know. I was already sleeping off around 10:30. I was like, I will not be able to wait to this 11. You know what? Let me open the live and start gisting with them until when you come. Now, so the gist can't long past the waiting. So please, my apologies. This was what we're supposed to talk about today. So I'm going to hand over to Agatha. Agatha, you're going to coordinate this. Now, you tell us, what are your experiences? You've studied abroad. You're currently studying abroad. He's also studying abroad. You see, there's this myth that Nigerian education is bad. Nigerian education is useless. It's best to study abroad. I'm one person who only has a first degree. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not like Agatha. Agatha is probably on her PhD now. I just have a first degree. I was talking to my younger sister who's a medical doctor, and she told me she used to read 13 hours a day. She was talking about it. I was catching cold. I was like, 13 hours? I can't read 30 minutes a day. I have very short attention span. Now, as I'm older, I can manage because I need to come and teach a church doctrine. So I have to read. So maybe I can read maybe 2 hours a day, not on every day. But growing up through the university, I struggled. If I read 30 minutes, I'll read Car Magazine for like 2 hours, and I'll be able to read 30 minutes. I knew my limitations, and I promised God, I said, God, I prayed about it. I said, dear God, if you can just see me through this university, I will never disturb you again with any form of education, ever. As in, just let me finish this. Never. And God also, I finished with a 2-2, and I moved on, and since then, I kept my word. I kept my promise. But you guys, I'm sure you have some level of postgraduate studies, and you live abroad. What country do you live in, Agatha? For now, the US. And you, what's your name, gentleman?
Solomon.
Solomon. Soloistic is your... So Solomon, where do you live?
I'm also in US.
In the US. Okay,
Yeah.
so hand over to you guys officially. Tell us about living abroad and getting an education abroad. The ups, the downs, what we know, what we don't know, what we understand, and what we don't.
Okay, so I'm going to allow Solomon speak first before I go. So Solomon, tell us about your experience living Nigeria and coming over to the United States.
Okay, so again, good evening, everyone. Once again, my name is Solomon. So thank God, one day I didn't know one day I'll be speaking to Daddy Freeze. So I'm happy to be here. So a little bit about me. I left Nigeria sometime in 2010. So
Oh, wow.
Yes, and then I went to the University of Massachusetts. That's up northeast USA. I did my bachelor's in mechanical engineering, and then I also did a master's in mechanical engineering. So I worked for about 1 to 2 years, and then things didn't go as planned. So I'm back to school to study IT now. So I mean, it's been an incredible journey, honestly. So there were things that were assumptions that turned out to be true. There were things that were not assumptions, and they just all of a sudden, life just happens. So, well, coming from Niger, Abuja to America here, it was a very I won't lie you. I began to, as soon as I landed, it's like I should enter the plane and start going back to Abuja and just stay there. It was like that. So, but then I just realized that this thing, you are going to go forward, though, this is your sea. It's up to you to navigate it. So, based on that, the first thing I realized is now you're on your own. You understand? The closest person to you is 100 miles away. So if you were to make your decisions, what are you going to do? So all of a sudden you become your own mother, you become your own father, you know.
Mm.
So I just God he be. So that
Mm.
was kind of the first thing. And I'll be honest, I wasn't tech savvy. So there was a lot of information flying over your head, you know. You come here, they give you your email, you log into your email. From there, you are responsible to finding out when your class is due. There are some courses that they say is so difficult. So they'll give you lecture. Then after lecture, that same day, they will have you take another extra class. So you brush up and all these things. A lot of people missed out on that because they didn't know that, okay, based on their schedule, they have to go to that same class twice in different locations. So things like that, you know, I now began to realize that you have to be proactive, right? You have to keep questioning, questioning yourself from time to time. Oh, am I missing something? Let me check this. Let me make sure that okay, I'm on the right track here. You know, there's an old joke. Every time you assume, you make an answer to you and me. So that's yeah. So some of it's just like for instance, there's something that's due, but it was due. Let's say Monday night. You come on, it's Tuesday morning. Realize you just missed 10 marks out of your grade. So yeah, that's one part of it. Another part is one good part about America is things work. You know, things work, but all those things where they work now money, now money because when you come, you do the math. Huh? Let's say they pay you, right? They pay you from your job you work in school, right?
Mm.
Rent day, insurance day, and not be just insurance. You insure your car, you insure your house. There's places you go if you don't have renters insurance, you cannot rent any
Sure.
apartment there. What else? It depends. Even this phone where they use talk to you, the phone get insurance.
Mm.
So although it's optional, but the point here is by the time they pay you, they take the taxes out, right? Which is I don't think people see. The tax is like what Agatha is like 40%, 40 or 30 something percent. So that will half your money small. Then out of it, you pay your insurance, you pay you pay your rent and all that. Before you know it, you have like 30,000 or so equivalent in naira to spend for the month. So it's now up to you to kind of manage yourself and go along. Another downside to this is people don't see this. Huh? In Nigeria, all they think about is man, Idi and Kyo in the study. Man, I they wait for this guy, may come will blow this money. So it doesn't matter if you've been there for 3 months, 6 months. Their perception is warped. So, and when you come back and God bless you, you don't hand the dime to anybody. Your name will be all over your mouth that day you come back for any reason, whether it's holiday or anything.
Solomon, you know, be like the one with the Bible. This one stingy.
So, oh yeah. Anyways, I was also making notes. So in terms of what I've experienced, they are like I put them into advantages and disadvantages. So some of the pros with America is first of all the security. You know, you go out, you can walk around at 2 a.m. at night. Nobody's coming to get you and all that. For here, they know they do ritual. I don't know what happens to Africa. Is it that when the thing goes over Atlantic Ocean, they cancel? I don't just understand.
That's the inside their
Ritual
head.
go
No?
there, not America now.
Mm.
You know, in Europe, it's just in Africa there. So that's the first thing. Nobody will tell you, hey, if you don't join this movement now, we'll go off you. Nobody will tell you such a thing here. Yeah, you have that leisure, you have that space to expand and kind of explore your knowledge. You see, and also there is when you go to class, they teach you theory. They also teach you practical. When time comes, your 300 level, That here they call it junior. That level, you go out to industry, you go and do your IT. You see things from a practical point of view. And then you realize when you go into the workforce, you might do something entirely different, but it's related to what you're doing. So on that note, but I feel like the education with Niger is honestly it's tough to say. I don't think everything there is bad, because schools like ABU, Zaria, Unilag, Covenant, there are people in the school, when they come here, they will outperform everybody. You hear stories of people in, I think there was a guy in Unilag, he built a car or something like that. So yeah, that one day, but how will I say it? It's not efficient as here. Here they use computer and everything to teach you. Understand? So it's, how will I say it? They give you that perspective that you're not just getting this degree because you want to get this degree. You are getting this degree because you are training your mind to be a problem solver. You are training your mind to be analytical. That's for engineering. They'll have you, yes, they educate you to a point where you can push the limits. So you can question what's in place and say, yes, why has this thing been done like this since whenever? You know? So, but whereas speaking to one or two people with Niger is kind of, okay, this is how it is. This is the standard we are going to follow, and that's how it's going to be. No, it's, this world, things are changing every day. So, and as a result, you want to be able to be adaptable with it. So, in other words, opportunity for growth, healthy environment, and everything. No judgment. Nobody will be, oh, why this one they do this? Why are you doing this? You have that space. On the contrary,
Solomon, don't talk about the negatives here. Just talk about the positive. We'll get to the negatives. Okay, so let me clear something, right? This is everything Solomon has said is based on his own experience, because while he was speaking, I was also trying to read the comments, and I saw people saying, oh, there are differences in school, in the countries, like somebody in Canada and UK, and that's totally true. And everything Solomon has talked about is based on his experience and what he has seen. I'm going to go back to coming from Nigeria. Solomon told us about the US. I'll talk about Nigeria. First things first, if you're looking for a school abroad, right, there are certain things you have to have in order to be able to go to a school abroad. Some of those things are, there must be that statement of account. And let me say something. I know people do it. I haven't seen, but I know people do it because I used to work in the bank. Well, I have actually seen. When I was in Nigeria, I used to work in the bank, and then they would bring statements to us, and then we would look at the statement and compare it with what we have on the system, and we realize that most of those statements that people present at the embassy are fake statements. Look, I know it works for some people. Some people have been able to use those kind of statements at the embassy and have crossed over. But honestly, you don't want to stain yourself, because for everyone in the bank, we confirm that it's a fake statement. There would always be an embargo on you. You would never know why they keep returning your visa request. You would never know why they keep rejecting your request. But that's because we have already, or somebody in the bank has already given that report that the statement is fake. Try as much as possible, when you make up your mind you are going for any embassy interview or you want to go abroad, let your documents be real. Just try as much as possible, let your documents be real so that you don't stain yourself. That's one. Secondly, you have to also make sure that your certificates you are presenting are not fake. I know that there are people who fake WAEC or fake IELTS or maybe TOEFL or whatever. Make sure they are not fake. Now, one interesting thing about the embassy, and that's one thing Solomon said that I really liked. He said people will tell you so many things about traveling abroad that is not true, and that's true. There are so many lies that Nigerians most times Nigerians blow things out of proportion. And I'm not saying everybody, but most people do that. If you want to travel abroad, they'll tell you, oh, do this, don't carry this, do this. Most of them are lies. You can go to that US site or you go to the UK site and then you read all those information on their site. The thing is, most times we don't have that patience to read and get every information. But honestly, the day you decide that you want to leave Nigeria, that's the day you decided that you will do every research that can back your journey. Let me tell you this. If you go to the embassy and you are rejected, given that blue paper, and I know a lot of people have experienced that, especially the United States Embassy, that blue paper, there's this section 214B, because I've been given like 3 or 4 times. It will tell you you don't have enough ties to your home country. Look, there's nothing like you have to wait 6 months, 6 weeks to At the embassy there, in fact, the moment you leave the embassy, you can go home and apply for visa. And I'm saying this because I did it. So it's not, all those things are lies where they'll tell you have to wait for 2 weeks or you have to wait for 3 months. It's a lie. If you have the money to pay for another interview, book your whatever and pay. And then there's something, this is just me speaking. There is nothing to confirm it, but I think sometimes when you are consistent with what you do, it might end up paying you. There might be a result. So I was denied the first time. I tried again, denied again, tried again, denied the third time, tried the fourth time. I was denied, and I'm like, wow, I'll just try one more time. And if they don't give me again, I'm done. And I tried the fifth time, and I was given visa. Like, the interval between the fourth one and the fifth one was 2 weeks. That was because of dates, not because anybody told me to wait till after 6 months or anything. But I'll say this, while this sounds very interesting, you also have to have funds. Please, on no account should you leave Nigeria thinking the moment I cross Nigeria and I enter maybe America, or I go to the UK or Canada, somebody's going to take care of me. Never you rely on that. In abroad, as once you cross Nigeria and you come abroad, you are strictly on your own. If you see family members that would support you, then you are very blessed, honestly. And then because of the way abroad is, it's not easy for anybody to take you as, you know, somebody who will come and rely on them. That's the reason. The only time people celebrate you is when you come to visit. And let me tell you, visiting abroad is totally different from living abroad. When you live abroad, reality begins to dawn on you. You will pay bills. There's water bill, there's light bill, there's rent, there's wastage, there's insurance that you have to pay, every single thing. The only thing the white man is not selling is the air you breathe. Every other thing you pay for. Every other thing. Forget the fact that you have Kamoru. When your light is bad, you call Kamoru. Kamoru will put screwdriver and then screw something and 5,000, 2,500. There's no urgent 2,500 or 2K there. Once Kamoru comes, as he's working by hour, you pay him. Sometimes it's $50 per hour. So for something that is just use, what do you call it, screwdriver and fix. Kamoru will charge, I mean, what's his name? Let's say his name is Clarence. Clarence will charge you as much as, so it's not the fact that you carry empty bag and say, it's not abroad, I'll go and struggle. Yes, please come and struggle, because honestly, if you work hard here, you would see the result. But I will tell you, nobody will help you. A lot of people come here on the back of what other people have told them, just come, just come. There are people who have come to the US and then will call their relatives, and their relatives will not pick their calls. It gets that bad because they understand that this person is going to be a burden. So be very prepared when you come. Carry necessary things. Carry a lot of food. I will tell you this. You see clothes and all of that you wear. When you come to America, you can buy cheap clothes from, you know, different stores that you can wear. Manage yourself pending when your legs can stand on the floor. But until then, carry food that you would eat, because the kind of food they have here is not what we have. We are very blessed. We have our natural food. You can go to the farm, literally go to the market, buy fresh fish and eat. It's not like that here. I don't know. Maybe for Canada, I've never been to Canada, so I really can't say. But I know in the UK, you have frozen foods and all of that. But in Nigeria, where you have fresh things to eat, it's not like that here. Whatever you know you are used to eating, carry it from Nigeria. Don't bring beef. They won't allow you cross, you know, the airport with beef. Don't bring beef. Don't bring yam. Don't bring red oil. All those kind of things are not allowed. But your dry fish, well dried and labeled, you can carry those kind of things and then come. Now, before you also come from Nigeria, if you know people around, you can ask. People can go around, get a place where you can put your head. If you are going to school, remember, on your visa request, do not put your family member as who you are going to meet. As long as you are on an F1 student, like you are looking for admission, the name of the person who you're going to see would be the school. And if you look at your I-20, unfortunately, I didn't bring one. I should have shown you guys. Your I-20 would write the name of the school you're going. The visa they're going to give you, you will see the name of the school you are going. So when you're applying for visa, never you put the name of your family member or friend. Is the name of the school, because it shows that you know what you're doing. You are in the hands of the school, and that's why international studies will always give reports about your coming to the US, your enrollment, and all of. Sorry, I called. Always give that to, you know, the customs, because they need to know your movement. And then some other thing that I wanted to address is students leaving Nigeria, coming to school, and then running away from school. A lot of students do that. It would not pay you if you know. I mean, like, we all understand how Nigeria is. So if you come to the US with the stress that your family will go through, friends will go to, and everybody who wants to support you, it doesn't pay you to come to the US, abandon school, and run away. you would have to study very hard. Then another thing I'll tell Nigerians is I really like how Nigerians, like with the little resources we have, we try as much as possible to, learn computer is very, very necessary. Very necessary. Whatever you are doing, if you know what programming language you can learn it. If you know what you can do in tech, do it, because that is the future. And that's one thing the Indians understand. If you look at almost every Indian that is here, Indian will read linguistics from his hometown, come here and study technology. They are the ones leading almost every organization. They are the ones living in almost the best place in the United States, apart from the, originals that had their money and all of that. If you know what programming language you can learn, please learn it before coming. It's really going to help you. You understand? Because if you don't learn any of these things, you come here, you just want to do computer information or computer science here, and you're not grounded in it, there is a possibility that when you enter, the workforce, they might not want to sponsor you here because they notice that you don't have what it takes. But, because we struggle and learn that, learn all you can while you're at home. The time you take to do, insult people on social media and all of that, go on YouTube, pick Python, pick C++, pick Java, SQL, or whatever, HTML, whatever language it is. Pick the one that you can learn and learn. I'm not studying computer science, whatever, but I take their classes. Sometimes I go into cybersecurity class. Sometimes I try to learn as much as I can learn, because that would help you. So let me also allow another person speak. Thank you.
All right, Solomon, over to you before we begin rounding off. This is really, really interesting, and we're learning a lot. So, Solomon, what do you have to say about this?
Yes. So again, yeah, she's well versed. She's worked in Nigeria. She's been in corporate Nigeria. She's coming over here and she's seeing school. But before I continue, honestly, see, as we're busy speaking, if I am reading some of these ignorant comments and somebody's going, "Oh, auntie, is America better than Nigeria or not?" We're here giving you we're here giving you nuggets, and you're asking this type of questions. You are talking about our looks. That goes to show this is just being short-sighted, honestly.
So
yes,
I got to understand. My wife was very upset with me today because literally during church service, I literally cursed somebody out, and my son was there, and she was like, "This is not right. You shouldn't be doing this." But you see, these people would drive you off the wall. They would drive you off the wall. There's some people who can barely feed. If you see some of these people, there was one time somebody said something about my son, and we went to pick him up.
Yes, I saw that comment. I remember very well.
I saw the guy in real life.
Yes. I remember he worked in, I think, one, was it like a security firm or something? Yes, insurance. I even remember the comment he made about your son, and I'm like, this is
oh, you'd be so, as in you wonder, so it is you that is typing all this. You see, you need to understand, because phones cannot slap people. If your phone could slap you, your phone will, you get what you go type, your phone will come out hand. Why are you slap? Adjust and realign your head. But unfortunately,
now the phrase, what I know about, in fact, there's something I forgot to say, right? Nigerians, you have to learn how to write. I know social media has really spoiled the way we write. You say writing a full sentence or a full statement is very important, because let me say, no matter how smart you are, how brilliant, because first things first, in Nigeria, the English we have learned is a confusing English. We mix both American English and British English, so we don't even know which of them we use. If you are going to come to America, there's a reason why they say write IELTS, write TOEFL. We complain. Why would we write when we are English speaking? We are not English speaking. When you come here, you will understand that the English we are speaking is neither here nor there. You see the way we write and we shorten everything. You want to say come, you write CM and all those things. It affects a lot of people, because when you say write a 600, first things first, our school did not even teach us how to write. Most of us don't know how to write essays. Very important. Whatever course you are doing, well, I might not speak for other schools, but for so far, the education I've been able to acquire here, courses that we do, you would always be told to either write a 10 paper, write 3,000 words, write 2,000 words. People in the UK can bear me witness. You're writing 5,000 words and all of that. You have to write that yourself. All this short form that we do, you are cutting common just to write a full statement, just like a sentence, write a 7-word sentence. You have short form. It is very wrong, because it's when you come abroad that you begin to see that, God, what have I done to myself? Why, when you are speaking, you're second guessing yourself, because I know English is not a language, and I know a lot of people say that, but the moment you decide that, see, I'm going to live among these whites and I'm going to behave like them, then you will live. See, you're going to unlearn almost everything you've learned from Nigeria and start relearning things here. No matter how good you are on the road driving, when you come here, you must learn how to drive again. You will do driving school, you will do driver's license. No matter the English you speak, when you want to come here, you read that their English exam to come here again. That shows you that our way is not working. It is really not working for them, and they don't even look at it. That's why you come here, you come like an apprentice and you begin to learn. And for those who think all these things we are saying is just to prepare people who are willing to come, I'm very, very willing to, tell people, if you want to come abroad, I am like your number one supporter, because the moment you come here, you will know your self-worth. Nobody would give you a job of 150,000. 150,000 is not money at all. But you can't even blame the employers, because that is what the economy is. But when you come here, you will see your true potentials. And honestly, seeing your true potentials is what all the life you have lived in Nigeria. If you have lived in Nigeria for 28 years, you see that 1 year or 2 years you do abroad here, it will show you everything you are made up of. The truth will be set free. And see, you see the journey of coming to abroad to come and school, it is worth it 100%. Please prepare yourself. Do everything you have to do in the right way to come here. Thank you.
Okay. Can I just yes? Can I just add some things? And also, you have to. I mean, one key thing that got it going for me is being organized, reading and writing more. When I go to the embassy, there's a checklist I always use. So the final step is to go down that list and tick off one by one all the documents. Went to the embassy officer that day to renew my visa. And when the officer was done, she said, wow, very organized. I felt good. So that's one thing. And then secondly, too, there's also perception, right? So not everybody is racist, right? But there's perception of the white man towards you, right? Believe me, going to a school where I was surrounded by enough Weibo people, some people, right, to put it very blatantly, right? Some of them just believe you are stupid. You don't know nothing. Okay, do you know this one? Do you know this one? And they assume, people walk up to you, hey, do lions run around in Nigeria? Very ignorant stuff like that. So, but the thing is, and over time, you notice these things in the workplace and all. So as a person of color, right, and as a Nigerian again, you have to work hard to establish your name. You have to work hard to establish your reputation in the workforce, because there's people sitting there like, man, how did this guy become an engineer? Wait, you said you have a what degree? Oh, you got a mechanical engineering degree. So how are you this? Basically, it borders along the lines of gaslighting too. So, but one thing, I guess, one effective way I use to counter this is to basically do a lot of reading and writing. There's knowledge you pick up. There's things you not know, but when you read about them, you become a better person, you become a well-versed person. Like Agatha just said, there are some things you won't learn. Like judgment is a very big one, right? In Nigeria, we judge a lot. When you come, you realize that judging too much is only going to get you in trouble. It's not going to help. So things like that, when you take a step back, kind of observe things from people's perspective, you become a well-rounded person. So yes, the journey here is, how will I say it, these human beings that we are, as we are seeing. Problem does not stop when you enter America. The nature of the problem changes hands. So some things that were simple become more complicated. And here too, okay, the jobs, this is something that happened to my friend. He was working, right? A manager I was working with was acting like, oh, he was chilled with him and everything. One day, he presented this guy with layoff letter. So when he called me, he said, man, Solo, they don't lay me off. So here is this guy sitting over 500 kilometers away from me, having his next month's rent due. And he's off the job. Okay, let's ask, yes, he's saved, right? But forget it. Those bills are going to eat into your money so fast. 2-3 months again, you are back to square one. So things like that, it's really, these are things that are really challenging. What would you do? What would you do? I just started asking myself, what would you do? The thing just happened so suddenly. And here, there's nothing like, oh, you have not paid 2 months rent, you have not paid 3 months rent. I beg, this here, once you don't pay, maybe if it happens, let's say you haven't paid November rent, on the 10th day, they will send you see letter from one agency or from the police telling you, hey, you better pay this rent within 2 days. If you don't, you just see them at your door, kick you out immediately. So to say all that is, one thing again is the good part about this is, as Nigerians, we are all we have.
Yes.
We are all we have.
Yes.
So yes. So the thing is, there are Nigerians that come here, right? One of the first jobs they get in school is they start washing plates, they mop floor, they do all these basic tasks like we do in Nigeria. But they are focused. They will stay, finish, breakthrough. When they do that, when other Nigerians come, they will be helping them.
And there's no shame. Honestly, there's no shame in handwork. Unfortunately, it is the way, I'm sorry, Solomon. Unfortunately,
Go ahead,
the way Nigeria is like a country. See, Nigeria, if I want to talk about Lagos, Lagos is just a glorified slum. Big slum. That's what Lagos is. I'm not even sorry to say, because I lived in Lagos also. It's a big slum. But somebody who is sweeping the street, everybody's looking down on him. Here, there's nothing like that. Everybody's washing plates. There is no, look, Daddy Freeze, a professor will ride bike. You are in a Jeep or you are in a, maybe Tesla car or something, and then your professor is on a bike. And they're wearing shorts. If they don't even tell you that's a professor, you would never even know that's a professor. He comes into the class and sits with everyone, and you never even know that's the person that is going to teach you, But what I'm just trying to say, and I read somebody asked something that, how about people who want to hustle? Because we've really been focused on school. Look, I would say this, and this is what I know. I'm talking based on my own experience. Nigerians that are in the workspace, honestly, they are doing very well. Like, they're doing Nigeria proud. The ones that are in the workspace. We have Nigerians working in Microsoft, Apple. Like, think about the top companies in the world. We have Nigerians working there, and they're doing very well. If you have an opportunity to speak with a recruiter, and you're in Nigeria, and there are chances that he would recruit you than even the African American, because he knows that drive is there. Nigerians are very, diligent. We are loyal to what we do and all of that. But you see, when it comes to the same way Nigerians are doing Nigeria proud in the workspace, we also have Nigerians that are giving us bad names, because every time I'm hearing, 36 people have been arrested in this country for fraud, 37, 40 something, it's also happening. If you want to come and hustle, please just know what you're coming to do, because once you're in Nigeria, the chances that you are being watched by the FBI is so high. Yes, see, people will never tell you the truth. Somebody just comes home, Christmas, dirty December, splash money, do all of that. They never tell you what they're doing. They never tell you. They won't tell you. It's when you come here that you begin to see. Sometimes if you don't get your hands so dirty that you can't even take yourself out of it, you might never make it. So before you leave Nigeria to come and hustle, there are clean hustles, there are places where you can work and all of that. But let me say this. I don't know how you want to hustle in America when you don't have papers. Papers is everything. You have to have your social security, and you have to have your green card to be able to work here. If you do not have your green card, you don't have socials, I think the only way you can be working is to be hiding from place to place, or to work where, you might not earn anything, and honestly, they would use you. I don't think that's what a lot of people won't tell you, but I don't think that's what you want to do. If you have a good job earning in Nigeria, and you don't have papers, I don't see a reason why you should leave a job that's paying you about 560,000 naira in Nigeria, with the standard of living in Nigeria, to come here and do a job that they're paying you $8 to $10 per hour, and then you can't work more than maybe 40 hours. So you just have to weigh it, balance it in your head, and know what you want to do. Thank you.
All right, guys. This is as far as we can go. I'm going to give you 1 minute each to put your final thoughts together. Thank you so much. Starting with you, Solomon, final thoughts?
Okay, so final thoughts is basically be focused. Don't try to use your visa application or anything to come and basically find a means to enter America and then run away, because it makes things harder for others who are coming here for dedicated reasons. Simply stated, it is good to be good. So, and what simply goes around will come back around. So be ready to learn when you land in a foreign land. One thing I would never, or I would always miss about Nigeria is community parenting, right? There are some core values that you apply while learning things in a foreign land that will drive you a far way ahead. Thank you.
Agatha, final thoughts.
Okay, so every youth that have put his or herself together and thought I want to come leave Nigeria to go study abroad, honestly, I would pray for you. I would support you. If you send me a message, I would try as much as possible to support you. But get it right. Keep an open mind. Have all your documents together, and please do not fake anything so that it does not come to haunt you in future. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. You guys have learned a lot. I've also learned a lot. Whew. It's not easy. Take care of yourselves. Agatha, Solomon, thank you so much. And for the rest of you, do have a splendid week ahead of you. In many parts of the world, a new week has already started. It's midnight. I know you guys are a few hours behind, Agatha and Solomon.
7 hours, yeah.
Yeah. We're already
Thank you so much for having us. Thank you.
Take care, guys. Love you all so much. See you later in the day when I'll be coming live again, and make sure you do join.
Of course.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.